Hello and welcome to basically a very spontaneous live stream. Not sure how long we're doing, but obviously we had some really significant news, so I thought I do go live. I don't think this pump is gonna last very long, but it could be the catalyst, obviously, that crypto needs to get back on track, and also for Bitcoin maybe to do its fifth wave and to finally get out of this bloody range. Okay, so I know a lot of FOMO going around, but you just get these pumps sometimes in crypto, especially if there's a news event which surprises. Oftentimes you don't get these news events that surprise. Oftentimes you have a certain period towards a certain event. Everybody's sort of buying towards that event, and a few days or weeks before it starts to come down. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I think these news, obviously, I mean, everybody knows that the news that came out today, that's that's fantastic for crypto. It just is fundamentally, and for anybody who doesn't know what's going on, apparently, and that just came out like a few minutes ago, Ripple wins the case against the SEC as the judge rules XRP is not a security. I didn't expect that to happen today. I mean, let me know if you knew there would be a ruling today. I didn't, and I would guess that most market participants didn't. Otherwise, or at least they didn't expect this outcome. Otherwise, we wouldn't have that rally just now. In terms of wave counts, it doesn't at the moment make any sense, I think, to talk about wave counts too much with regards to Ripple XRP. Higher level, yes, not the micro counts, because we have that pump now. And this is something new because, I mean, in my opinion, it's the first time that this happened to one of those larger cryptos. Obviously, the SEC made allegations very recently that certain cryptos are securities. Now, this ruling today, even though they are individual cases, but it certainly has really positive implications. Now, I have no idea if the SEC can and will, if they can sort of, I don't know how you call that in the US or in the UK and in English, how you can sort of fight that ruling, right? And can they go another? Can it carry on for another year or two? And the SEC just says, okay, we're not happy with that ruling. There will be new evidence or whatever. I have no idea. But at the moment, it's certainly very bullish, and it could be the catalyst that crypto needs. Really good news. I mean, it still doesn't make the XRP chart good. Let's be honest. It still doesn't make that medium long-term chart good. But it certainly leads to a massive pump at the moment. And the entire crypto market seems to be affected, mainly altcoins. Now, it's not a massive pump that we see around altcoins. Oops, that was just black. Not a massive pump, but certainly good upside on various cryptocurrencies. LTC is just fantastic at the moment, by the way. But we wanted to talk about XRP as well, right? So let's talk about the chart. And I also talk about your questions, obviously. I mean, it doesn't really, maybe just higher level XRP. I mean, what I will have to do now, even though we did expect a little bit of upside, right? But this is just ridiculous. Obviously, this is something that overrules any technical analysis in the short term. So let me take all of that out. And this is certainly not an impulse down. Let's take that out. There are, because sometimes I get the question, is with these events, does Elliott Wave not work, or does TA not work? No, it still works. It tells you just when you have to switch scenarios, right? And the charts typically still adhere to Fibonacci levels. It's just that there are certain periods, obviously, like today, when sentiment shifts so quickly, or when a fundamental event has a bigger impact than normal mass sentiment on the charts. And that's one of these events. That doesn't happen often, but it sometimes happens. So this is my higher level chart for XRP, and I need to see a little bit of, the dust needs to settle before we can really refine that. But I highlighted to you before that if we break above this April high, March high, we have to reset this B wave higher. This is still not clearly impulsive. It moves in 3-wave structures, and I still think there could be some kind of a C wave here, and therefore I prefer to let the dust settle until we have a bit more structure in here. Very important, yeah. This is just an extended wave Y at the moment, and the target for that was around about 75 cents. This is sort of at least where it can go to, because we have a wave W to the upside in September, an X wave down, and this Y wave to the upside in possibly a larger A, B, C structure, or even another WXY, where we have here an A, B, and this is just a glorious and massive C wave. We'll see where that takes us. But yeah, I mean, this is something that hasn't happened before, right? Where a cryptocurrency, one of the main cryptos, has been ruled not to be a security. It's fantastic. Okay, so the DXY. I get a few questions about the DXY. Yeah, if you don't know, on our second channel, we analyze the DXY every few days. So it's coming down. Also here, the expectation was for it to come down, but that doesn't have anything to do with XRP going up. And XRPs, this is certainly related to this. I just need to take coffee. 1 sec. And there aren't many pages yet that not even on the mainstream media, I can see that shows me, because typically they have all sorts of news pre-written. It's quite funny. They typically have all sorts of articles and news pre-written, and when they suddenly, when that happens, and then they click button and the article comes out, it seems like they all have to write it now. And also here on Cointelegraph, they kept it very short. That's it. There isn't much to read yet. Now that might change. So again, also I don't have much more information at this stage, right? So it's a great win for crypto today. It's fantastic, and I think everybody loves to see that Mr. Gary Gensler gets it's certainly a hit for him. And by the way, it would be great if you could hit the like button. We've got lots of viewers. It'd be great if we can get a bit more like out of this to spread the word about this live stream. Coinbase down, I read. Too much traffic. Could be. Let me just try that on the other screen. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm not sure will this be the catalyst that we need for, 1 second, I just go to Coinbase. Is this the catalyst we need to move, to start? No, well, my Coinbase works, but maybe when you properly log in. So yeah, let's look at Ethereum, Bitcoin. Where's Ethereum? I haven't got it open actually. Yeah, the Celsius guy got arrested. Yeah, I did read that, but yeah, I'm originally from Germany. Yeah, there was a question. We also have a German channel, by the way. It's just the same name of the channel as this one, just with DE behind it. Yeah, Ethereum, not clearly bullish yet. It's still in resistance, and it could just simply be a reset of the B wave. But with those news, again, I don't know how much. Bitcoin and Ethereum don't show too much movement. So again, this could just become something like a head and shoulders. I mean, the Elliott Wave count is pretty much in line with that. And we need to see if resistance breaks. I mean, a sustained break above 1945 would potentially unlock something more bullish even. Yeah, I mean, certainly this direct path down isn't going to happen. But it can still start from here because, oops, I didn't want to delete resistance. So yeah, so it would need to be there. Can always go higher. B waves, especially if you have, let's say a surprising news event like that. B waves can also overshoot. They can overshoot, especially as this A wave looks like a 3-wave move down. So B wave can be very aggressive. Just saying that before, yeah. So, but yeah, short term certainly up, and the entire market is green now, and I think we all are happy that hopefully crypto has hopefully it will be a lasting rally. I mean, I'd love to see finally Ethereum break this range and Bitcoin as well. Been horrible in the last few days, very boring. Bitcoin broke above the trend line at least, and broke above our triangle here, the triangle trend line, and also reacted now to the resistance. So it's certainly a reset in wave B at the moment. Now we need to see if this is becoming something more bullish. By the way, anybody new here, Bitcoin, we're still waiting for another high. we're still waiting for another high in a wave 5. Let me just move that support area across. Still waiting here for this fifth wave potentially. Yeah. Now it's a little unclear now with the latest price action how this is going to unfold. But so far we haven't broken above the range. We haven't broken above resistance. So at the moment I would count that just as a larger B wave. But things are very much in movement right now, right? So no, I keep the chart background to black. Most people prefer black. Yeah, I mean, Ahmed, I mean, with XRP, I mean, this still doesn't make a good chart, right? I mean, it still doesn't make a good chart long term. Yeah, I mean, you know, we go with the trend. That's what we do. So it's still a pretty poor chart, like most altcoin charts. But when we see a setup, obviously, it's even the Litecoin chart is complete is a disaster. The Litecoin chart, but obviously I'm still tracking a bullish scenario, yeah, and with good reason, but at some point this will break. So, you know, it's not about being positive or negative about a coin. It's all about the chart and going with the trend. So yeah, so exactly. So Shrump dump Liut, yeah, what you said there, it's correct. So if due to that ruling today, it obviously has an impact on all the other coins, where the SEC call them securities, like DOT. I guess you see a major effect at the moment on those coins that they call securities. Well, okay, I think they're all green, aren't they? But yeah, I mean, that will be quite positive, hopefully, for them as well. So yeah, I mean, this is Litecoin. Someone asked about Litecoin, so I can't answer all questions, but it's great that you're here because we have something to celebrate, right? The crypto market is it's just, you know, it's this overhang of negativity that we had in the crypto market with regards to that SEC, and it seems to be a really, really good day. Yeah, Litecoin, I mean, nothing changed. We seem to be turning around in this larger yellow support area. I gave another support area here, price reacted. Another support area, I provided that one today to channel members. That worked out as well as a trade. So it seems to be following the waves quite well. And I think we might have a top in place now for wave 5 of 3. This is how it looks to me, or at least we're getting there. And then at some point we get this wave 4 and this wave 5. So I can add the support area for yellow wave 4 to the chart. Not clear to me if we have a top in place yet, because things are moving quickly, but this is certainly the still 98, basically $99-$98 is still support for this wave 4. Yeah, and that means there should be at least one more high in this structure to form this fifth wave, and that would most likely be another wave 1. Then we get a deeper setback, most likely in a wave 2, before we get higher in a third of a third wave rally. That would be the current assumption, but understand that things are moving very quickly right now. Yeah, Ethereum, I just did Ethereum, so nothing changed to what I just said. Kyle, you asked, what do you mean Litecoin is completed? I didn't say anything with Litecoin is completed, but I just explained the Litecoin chart. So nothing changed really. It's just following at the moment the structure. Yeah, Solana follows higher. I mean, this is now getting crazy. Looks still to me like a diagonal structure, but it broke now to the upside. So need to see where this takes us. But the idea was that if we break through this resistance area here, which it now did very, very quickly, that it will take us next to 2680. So this is going to be the next resistance level. And this is going to be an important one here. And if we break above that, I mean, if this is a sustained break above 2680, this is going to be good, because after this, I mean, this is the level that price couldn't get above since, I mean, for a long time, right? So we haven't been above 26.80 or $27 since November 22. So this is go time here. Yeah, there isn't much previous support resistance then until we get all the way up to maybe even $38. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if we break above that level, we would need to rethink, are we already maybe, you know, in the third wave rally or whatever? We'll see. But so far it hasn't given us any indication that it would start a pullback or anything. So trend is up, and it actually got fired up even more today. So yeah, crazy day. With regards to Matic, okay, what do we have here? Yeah, so yeah, I think Matic also at the moment, the way it looks like, it's still in a leading diagonal here. Could just be working on its third wave, so also set to go higher until it really shows us a clear signal that it's pulling back in wave 2. Bullish support at the moment would be here, 57 cents. Against that level it can move higher in that yellow wave structure. So at the moment I think this still looks very choppy, very corrective, so it's likely still a diagonal, and this might be the third wave with the fourth wave pullback to come and another 5 up later. So this is roughly how it could look like. Yeah, Lena, I'm not sure what you mean with another low on Solana. So Solana is obviously still in an uptrend, hasn't given us any indication it would pull back, and the idea is that if it pulls back, yeah, it should get into this region. But again, so far there has been no confirmation that this pullback has started. So at some point there will be a pullback, but you know that cryptos can rally until they really get exhausted, and especially with the catalyst today, it's very hard to say now where exactly we are. But a pullback will come at some point, but the pullback hasn't started yet. Okay, so we have to understand that in these diagonal structures or whatever this might morph into, as long as the trend is up, it just goes, and we just need to wait for clear signals that the pullback has started. Yeah. But at the moment it's blasting through resistances here, so it's going to be interesting. 2680 is the next resistance, but with, you know, the higher we go, obviously the less likely it will be that it will make a low below the 10th of June low. But what we're tracking is the first deeper retracement. Thing is though, if it goes and goes and goes, I don't know if we are then still in a diagonal, but at the moment this is still, due to the choppy nature of it, very likely in my opinion. But we just need to see how high it goes. Certainly what I can tell you, there's no indication it's topped, so it still goes. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if this, you know, if the news from today, if they bring some more retailers in, honestly, what is most important for crypto, I mean, the altcoins, it's nice that we get some rallies, but what is so important for crypto is that Bitcoin, and that's much more important than all the altcoins, but Bitcoin finally does its fifth wave, and that it finally breaks out of this range above the June 22 high. Yeah, we just need to get above this. We just need that sustained breakout, because otherwise this sentiment is at risk of breaking down again, right? Because I would like to see, first of all, one more high to complete that nice 5-wave structure, get a wave 2 pullback, and then we can really go in a third wave rally. Maybe it goes directly, yeah? But at the moment it's just not doing much, unfortunately. That is currently an altcoin rally, which makes sense to a degree, because, you know, if all the discussions were around altcoins being securities, not Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, okay, is not necessarily affected, unfortunately, but Bitcoin, you know, if a bull run starts, it's Bitcoin that's going to start it, right? So at the moment we are sort of still in, you could say, in the bear market range, because we haven't broken above that level that we consolidated around here in June, May 22. Yeah, let's do ADA. So ADA might actually follow the yellow wave count and might just go higher directly actually. So again, it's very early days because, just after these news events, things can change very, very quickly. So at the moment, we could carefully assume that this wave 2 bottomed here. It's not satisfying though, even though this setup worked out, but I really have problems to I mean, this would most likely, and this is messy, this is most likely all going to be some kind of a diagonal structure. So the wave 1, wave 2, and this is also an ABC. So that's most likely, if it continues to push, how it's going to unfold. A, B, and then here C wave to the upside, because the move up is again corrective, moved up. But yeah, I mean, it now broke out. It now broke above 30.5 cents. And what I highlighted in previous videos, if that breaks that level, then it could take us fairly quickly here into this region around 35 to 38 cents. I think this is now the next target range, because this is where the next cluster of previous trades is. Yeah, the previous support and resistance levels. And also, if we talk about targets, if we measure the length of this potential wave 1, we go to the low of the wave 2, then we're looking here, yeah, at this area. I mean, if this is a C wave, ideally we're looking at, I mean, the 1-to-1 ratio would be quite shallow. So ideally higher, 36.5 cents, maybe even 39.7 cents. This is sort of the range, higher certainly. And this is an area where I would expect here some resistance. But there isn't much going on here, so it's likely to go through directly. There's a bit of an insufficiency there in terms of historical volume. You can see that. So we had here this resistance, yeah, and now there's no historical volume. There's this insufficiency, and it only starts at around 35 cents again. So that could potentially go quite quickly higher now. So, oops, didn't want to take that out again. Yeah, but I was hoping more for a bigger reaction on the Bitcoin Ethereum charts. So again, that just tells me, yeah, it's probably just an extension of the B wave on the Bitcoin chart. Ethereum as well, even though ETH, yeah, which was also potentially called a security, even though there have been a lot of discussions around it. This is obviously just now breaking above 1945, so it might be something more bullish. But what would be the option? The option would be that it's a third wave rally. I mean, that would be ridiculous and could take us to $2,400 plus. Yeah, so let's see. But I don't believe it yet fully. Okay, I mean, it reacted to the support area. It did what it was supposed to be doing from a reversal point of view, but the structure is just not really satisfying here to the downside. And this just looks like a three-wave move up. Just a bit exaggerated maybe because of the news. Yeah, no, Bitcoin Ethereum charts are pretty clear. The altcoin charts, obviously, some of them are clearer, yeah, where we have a 5-wave move. Had some really good setups, especially Litecoin is probably the clearest chart at the moment. Because I just saw someone said every chart isn't clear. No, that's not true. I mean, Litecoin nailed every trend reversal area that we had here recently. This is probably the clearest chart. And if you talk about, trading with confidence, then you should stick to clear charts. There's no point trying to trade a chart that doesn't give a clear setup. Okay, most of the time these charts do not provide clear setups. Litecoin does at the moment, or it did. This can always change. So just Atom. We can look at Atom. Just loading if it loads. don't know what's going on here with Atom at the moment. Doesn't load the chart. I don't know, or TradingView. TradingView might be completely... Oh, that's because the data is from Coinbase. Yeah, someone said Coinbase is down, right? So maybe their data feed is completely... yeah, so I can't... oh, there it is. But it's a bit slow, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, Atom seems to be moving. And I'd be happy if it goes now, because it did what it was supposed to be doing. It came down in a 3-wave move into the support area, and it now just needs to hold that intraday low, and then it could be in a 3rd wave rally. Okay, so targeting, what would be the target for the 3rd wave for Atom? But TradingView, you can see something's wrong with TradingView here. So the target, if we assume a low is in, and what we need for confirmation, I mean, the earliest confirmation we can get that a wave 2 low is in here is a break above the B wave high, so a break above 962. So that would be an early confirmation that a low is in here. And yeah, what is the target for the 3rd wave? So we typically would measure the 1.618 extension. So $13, okay, would be within reach if it now takes off from here. Yeah, so at the moment, it might be turning around, okay? But it's obviously very early after the news, so we need to see how sustainable that sentiment is now. But yeah, what many don't understand, it's not about knowing what wave we're in now. I mean, it's all about identifying the relevant setups and then trading them or not trading them. That's up to everybody individually. But we had a lot of altcoins that reached support areas here in the last few days, and it seems like they all react to them. Litecoin, we had Atom, XRP just went. Yes, again, Litecoin, yeah, Solana here as well, still going, yeah. But now we're obviously waiting for the next setup, the next pullback setup. But this one was great. ADA, we had this one here. Here, Bitcoin Cash reached here, the support area, and went higher. This could still come down as long as it doesn't break out of this wedge pattern, the descending broadening wedge. So if it comes back into this region, it might do another attempt. But for now, this was also a reaction to our trend reversal area. Yeah, I don't have many more open. And AVAX, we're still waiting for it to come back into the support area. I think we had DOT, right? Let's see where DOT is. Yeah, DOT also reacted here twice actually to the yellow area, to our support area, and is also trying to go now. Could still be a B wave at this stage, but when it breaks above 550, we might have a direct breakout already in the 3rd wave rally. We'll see. We'll see how lasting that sentiment shift is that we did get today. Obviously, also we had one interesting one might be EdgeX, because this was already quite strong earlier today. Okay, so also only a 3-wave rally, still fighting with resistance up here. I wouldn't call that a sustained breakout yet, but if it does a break above what I've labeled here as a wave 1 high at 27 cents, then it also seems to be going in a 3rd wave, yeah. But it's too early. It's too early to confirm. So a few people asked about Phantom, so let's look at that. Okay, yeah, Phantom is not really doing much, so we only have an ABC structure here to the upside. At this stage, due to the 3-wave structure to the upside, I can't really favor a breakout from here. But obviously it is in the orange support area where, looking at the long-term chart, it should really turn around, okay? But if it doesn't, if it breaks below the 10th of June low, I think that's it. And new bear market lows are coming. But for now, we only have a 3-wave move up. So this obviously could go higher. And if we get more upside pressure over the next few days in the crypto market, it probably will. But the problem is you don't have a reliable setup if you only have 3 waves up. Many coins gave us a nice 5-wave move up in recent weeks. Link was another one, yeah. So they gave us some decent setups. It's worth focusing on them. Phantom didn't. Yeah, Phantom just gave us 3 waves up, which typically would indicate another low is coming, or it could indicate sideways movement. It can go higher as well, but it's just nothing reliable. So again, I always try to focus on the most reliable charts, especially Litecoin in the last few days, because it gives you the best setups. And someone asked about Link. And you know, you can still trade it, but Elliott Wave wouldn't help you there. Link seems to be going as well after touching the yellow support area. Would have been a very weak wave 2 then. So we have to assume at this stage, I think that wave 2 already finished. Was a very shallow one then, because it's just trying to break above the wave 1 high. 2. And then we can talk about a target for the 3rd wave. Condition would be, however, that it's going. It's only a 3-wave move up again at the moment. So the thing is, with many of these coins, yeah, I know people feel FOMO. I mean, you can always jump on board if you like to. If you don't feel you have an adequate position, I always recommend people have at least a core position for the coins they like, or at least Bitcoin, Ethereum. But if you feel FOMO, I mean, obviously you can always jump on board. I mean, nobody's stopping you, right? But if you jump on board, and that's always a problem when people jump on board because of emotions, then yeah, don't do it because of emotions. And make sure that you know where the invalidation points are, and then you need to adjust your position sizing properly. When we get the next 5-wave move up here on these charts, then the next 3-wave pullback will provide the next pullback opportunity, right? So the next pullback will happen. It's not just going to go to the moon from here. So there's no reason to feel FOMO anyway, because you know there are many opportunities every single day, you know, and if you miss Matic, you know, there's another one that might provide an opportunity. So yeah, that's the wrong mindset. But yeah, Link followed the count here, followed the support area, even though it was a very shallow wave too. If it indeed bottomed already, target wise for the 3rd wave, we would then be talking about 886. So yeah, a few people asked about Quant, Q&T. No change on the Q&T chart, absolutely no change, not even any significant upside reaction. So the idea would be still to follow the count, and it's just following the count right now, and it has been for a few days. So yeah, very limited upside reaction despite many coins actually showing some nice upside. And what I can also tell you is, when we need to be aware, this is at the moment just a pump. It doesn't show us any structure at the moment generally in the market. So there's still a risk that they break down again, you know, just like blow off tops. Very fragile. So what I mean is, we have setups, and you know, I would pay more attention to the structure than to crazy percentage gains. We've seen many times in crypto, like here on the Quant chart as well. Oops, big pumps because of news happened here as well and broke down again. Now this might be something a little bit different, because it is huge for crypto. I think they honestly are. This honestly is really good news for crypto, but Q&T isn't interested. Q&T isn't interested at all. But I think they were also not really considered as a security by the SEC. Yeah. So overall, I mean, seems some good reactions here. Ethereum seems to be moving. Yeah, and again, next swing high here is 1977. Someone asked about what made today pump. Well, it is the XRP is not a security. Apparently, that has been ruled. Yeah, of course, Matic could still reach 48 cents. It's just that until it shows signs for a pullback, I mean, anything could happen, right? But anything could happen. But the higher this goes, the less the probability for another low. I mean, we had a setup here. This was the trend reversal area for Matic. I also bought here, yeah, and now I'm basically going to take a little bit more profit on the way up, and then I'm waiting for, at some point when the pullback comes, I will add again, right? So we can only really trade what we see, right? And we have our setups, and then using them setups when they come or not. Everything else is just speculation, really. So just trading reward to risk, that's it. I mean, surely, of course it could make another low, but until it shows us any motivation it wants to come down, you know, we can talk about that when we get the deeper pullback, and then it will be about, okay, can it hold a higher low, or will it make a lower low? But again, there will be a long setup in between that could be used. But we're not there yet. No, we haven't. So this is still at the moment likely in a third wave in a diagonal. Yeah, I mean, this could also be an ABC, surely, but it's only when it gets back into the yellow region that we can talk about a deep pullback. Until then, it can just move higher. So next major resistance was broken, actually. This is here 79 cents. Now it first of all has a chance to rally sort of into the low 90-cent region, this previous structural resistance. I showed that in the video earlier today, that if it breaks above 79 cents, there's a good chance it might actually reach here the neckline and produces an inverse head and shoulders, and then it just could go. Yeah, Matic sometimes does this stuff out of the blue. Bitcoin dumping again, really? Let's have a look. BTC, BDP, where's BTC? Yeah, okay, it might just be retesting the trend line there. So keep an eye on the trend line. Yeah, the DXY is heading into the so this is a DXY, because I just saw some comments about the DXY. This is going into the anticipated direction. It will most likely reach in the coming months, but it will take time, and nothing is going to happen in a straight line. It will most likely reach the low $90 region. Yeah, it seems Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin at the moment. It has a bit to catch up anyway. And again, this is most likely because Bitcoin was pretty much not affected by the SEC anyway. Rollercoaster Gold. We analyze gold on our second channel, so you can check that out. More Trading Online is the channel name. So yeah, but I think so it's been 40 minutes now. I think it seems to be going that way. We need to see now when the dust settles, when we get a bit of structure. We need to see if the relevant retracements are holding. If the next dips are going to produce higher lows, chances are it's the most important, are the most important charts. If they currently only show 3 waves up, also Ethereum, even though it's going above resistance, but that can happen on a day like that. So structure is important. So I will observe that and then update with videos later. At the moment, it's too early to make any conclusions. Now it's anybody who used those setups that we presented. It's a bit of a wait and see now, of course. And then, nobody can say how long this goes, but it never harms to take some profits. When I close the stream, I will take some profits on my Matic positions. Because it never harms to take some profits along the way. But yeah, it's good news for crypto. And just see Tistu asked, well, XRP became no security. Well, the judge ruled XRP is no security. So it's great news. So yeah, guys, I have to close the stream. It's already 40 minutes, and I want to make some more video updates anyway. But I thought, look, we do a live stream, talk a little bit about XRP, about the latest structures. It will take a bit of time to update some of the charts, but it also makes sense to wait a little bit and not just to update micro charts, because when something like that happened and you get a fundamental catalyst that escalates a little bit, then it's sometimes good just to wait a little bit, because this can easily always break down. Need a little bit more structure now after this latest move to really give an updated wave count where needed, but some charts don't need to be updated. But it will be a long night. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks all for joining. And then I guess see you later in videos in the next live streams. Thank you very much. Bye bye.